Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Unputdownables. This time around, we have picked up another story, and this story is from Class 7's English Literature Reader Book. The name of the story is Zero Hour, and it has been written by Alexander Blade. Before we get to the story, as usual, let's talk about the author first. Alexander Blade is a popular writer of USA. He writes stories based on science fiction and fantasy. Some of his famous works, apart from Zero Hour of course, are The Brain and The Plotters. Now, before we begin to understand the story, we must remember that this is a fantasy story in which implausible events are accepted as probable. The beginning of the story introduces the characters and the setting. The setting is the home of a scientist on the campus of a lunar launch site. It later moves on to a secret launch pad. Bobby, the imaginative child, is the main character here. The supporting characters are John and Myra Kendall, his parents. Now let's start the summary of Zero Hour. Bobby. Bobby has a secret. He knows that his father, scientist John Kendall, has built a rocket that is going to fly to the moon, and Bobby has decided to go aboard the rocket and fly to the moon. Behind the laboratory is an alley. In the alley, there is a lid one can lift up and a ladder one can climb down. Down the ladder, one reaches a sewer like underground space, except that it is clean and has lights and wires. Then there are gratings through which one can look up and see the drome where the rocket has been kept. That is the route Bobby discovered. That is how he saw the rocket, and on another occasion, his father and another scientist, whose conversation told him that it was a moon rocket. They didn't say John Kendall was going, but Bobby figured he must because no one else was smart or fit enough. So Bobby decided to go with his father. When the story opens, Bobby has just woken up in the morning of the big day when he plans to get into the rocket and fly off. He has a toy rocket of his own. He goes out and pretends to play with it for a while till he can slip away without making his mother suspicious. He reaches the rocket and hides in a suitable place, all set to go to the moon with his father. However, his father, John Kendall, is back home in the evening, having a casual conversation with his wife about having sent off the rocket finally. It is an explosion rocket that will throw dye, which telescopes will capture as a purple spot. If the venture is successful, only then the next rocket will carry human beings. Now, did Bobby go off all by himself in the rocket then? The answer is no. As John Kendall goes to his son's room, we find Bobby in his bed. He is surprised that his father did not go to the moon and relieved that he did not go either. He decided to come back because at the last moment it occurred to him that if both he and his father went away, there would be no one to stay with his mother. John smiles, thinking Bobby is talking about his toy rocket and his make believe moon missions. He remarks to himself how children always manage to get hold of secrets. and what a wonderful dream world they live in. He does not realize that it is he who does not know how close Bobby had been to flying off in the rocket, that he had actually been inside it. Now, let us discuss what exactly happened at the end of the story. I think that since this is a fantasy, the third person narrator provides two point of views. The first one is the father's view, and the second one is the son's. We, as readers, are free to accept the logical viewpoint of the father or the fantastic viewpoint of the child. I guess either way, it was a lot of fun. So I hope you understood the story, the Zero Hour. I'll be back with another story real quick. And thank you for watching this video till the very end. And don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the bell icon for more content in the future. Thank you.